Last year, I made a video counting down my top 25 favorite drop towers. Disney's Tower of Terror iterations claim the top 3 spots on that list, but I think I found the best drop tower outside the Disney parks, and that honor goes to KnightsRide Tower at Fantasiana in Austria. This drop tower may stand just 56 feet or 17 meters tall, but this fully enclosed drop tower is easily one of the best drop towers in the world. This drop tower not only delivers a shockingly good drop despite its size, but it is also a fully themed experience. In this video, I will explain why KnightsRide Tower is a ride that more people should be talking about. For many years, the roller coaster community only knew one thing about Fantasiana: Wild Train. This little PAX coaster has the stats of a family coaster, but some of the craziest ejector airtime on the planet. Fantasiana seems to love small rides that pack a punch, and KnightsRide Tower is no different. This drop tower is located to the left of the main entrance in a rectangular castle set above some rocks. While the castle itself doesn't look too fancy from the outside, it does look good, and the rockwork at the bottom gives the illusion the castle is taller than it actually is. The overall presentation looks good, especially since you have this impressive looking knight statue and a small waterfall at the base of the rockwork by the main entrance. The entire ride and queue line takes place indoors. The queue line starts with some medieval themed murals, but the real wow moment occurs in the next room. You have this menacing dragon animatronic set above a small lagoon. It reminds me of the dragon in the basement of the castle at Disneyland Paris. The last part of the queue line is extremely dark. I actually struggled to see the door ahead of me that leads to the ride. Fantasiana wasn't too crowded the day I visited, and KnightsRide Tower was never more than one cycle wait. This was despite the ride seating just 10 riders per cycle. Going into KnightsRide Tower, I knew nothing about the ride system. Upon seeing the stats, I figured it would be a family-friendly drop tower, but this was an A.B.C. rides model I hadn't encountered before, and it was a bona fide thrill machine. Riders are secured with a seatbelt, and then there's a lap bar shared by all 10 riders. It was unclear if the lap bar had one set position or if it was dictated by the largest rider, since there were so few guests on the ride, but it did rest just above my thigh each ride. The entire building is dark, so you can't see the top of the tower if you look up. This makes the ride a complete mystery. What makes KnightsRide Tower special is that the ascent sequence consists of 4 different show scenes, and you stop for a few seconds at each one. And these scenes are complemented by a medieval soundtrack that plays in the background. The first scene is a screen where you see the silhouette of a knight riding into battle. This is the least impressive of the 4 scenes, but it's still a nice touch. The second scene has a centaur animatronic blasting a battle horn. After the relatively cheap screen effect in the prior level, I was pleasantly surprised to see an animatronic, especially one with as much motion as the centaur had. The third level is the best scene. You come face to face with the dragon from the queue line yet again. This is yet another sizable animatronic, and it looks pretty scary as it has glowing red eyes and sweeps its head side to side. Behind the dragon is a screen with a snake that leaps towards you as well. But while these visuals take place, you also have a surprise 4D effect. To simulate the dragon's tail brushing against you, there are these flaps below the ride vehicle that tickle the back of your legs. It is a real jump scare, and not the last one on the ride either. On the top level, there's a knight that rocks back and forth, and to simulate the knight lancing you, there's this knob that protrudes out of the back of the seat. It's a similar effect to the bee sting sequence on It's Tough to Be a Bug at the Disney parks. This effect is quite surprising, and it causes you to lean forwards, and right when this happens, the vehicle drops. So not only are you essentially leaning forwards in a position like some of those tilting drop towers, the drop itself is actually very forceful. The drop feels much longer than it actually is because it occurs in total darkness and you cannot see the bottom. Plus, the small vehicle brakes mere feet above the ground. And the drop also delivers a strong stomach dropping sensation, more so than any of the S&S or Intamin drop towers I've ridden. KnightsRide Tower would have been a great drop tower with just the theming, but the fact the drop was so good too elevated this ride into the elite category. So what would I rate KnightsRide Tower? For drop towers, this ride earns a perfect 10 out of 10. This is the best themed drop tower I've ridden outside of the Tower of Terrors. The queue line sets the tone, and the ride executes it to perfection with the 4 show scenes integrating screens, animatronics, and surprise 4D effects seamlessly. Add in a very forceful final plunge, and you have the recipe for one of the world's best drop towers. I was worried KnightsRide Tower was only special because I knew nothing about it on my first ride, but the ride was just as amazing on all my re-rides. This drop tower combines with Wild Train to give Fantasiana an underrated 1-2 punch. So those are my thoughts on KnightsRide Tower at Fantasiana, which was one of the best drop towers in the world. Have you been on this attraction? What do you think about this drop tower? I would love to hear your thoughts about this ride down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.